How's everyone doing? And welcome on in. I am the Thegingerbeerdman. We're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about patch notes. Everything's all in the game, though I am going to put it down below if you would like to actually read it yourself on the website. I'm going to put it down below as always, but we're going to get right into it. If you go to your inbox, you're going to see the oh my god. I'm going to say it's Soul. I'm just going to go with Soul with the E's there. Sites collection. But the bug fixes. Yay. Here we are, people. Down below, you can tell me all the stuff that you see throughout the game that needs fixed. I've wrote a list so big I gave up. Important. The Pigs Amanda's Letter add-on has been re-enabled. Bug fixes. The 2v8 fixed an issue where the play buttons were grayed out. In the overview tab after viewing the quest, the audio fixed an issue where the Krasua had missing sound effects when hooking survivors in body and head form. I think that's, let me keep going here just in case. Fixed an issue where the nightmare activates the dream snare attack and sound effects audio is disordered for the survivor nearby. Fixed an issue where the dredge's nightfall soon sound effect volume is louder than usual inside a locker. Fixed an issue where Tommy's audio present or persist in other trials against the spirit. Fixed an issue where the Demogorgon's Red Moss add-on did not silence the gurgling sound effects when exiting a portal. So, I saw a video that showed this Houndmaster issue as well. I guess when hooking, her laugh is gone. And that needs fixed as well for an audio issue. I did notice that. Though there is other audio cues that are missing. I think there's even one for Deathslinger that's missing as well. Off the top of my head anyway. I'm sure there's a lot of them, but I'm just off the top of my head. Characters fixed an issue where some Fangman's outfits had clipping issues around the skirt during multiple animations. Fixed an issue where the Xenomorph had small objects sticking from its head during the lobby. Fixed an issue where the survivors, where'd we go to school? Footsteps VFX are missing when above the Xenomorph tunnel and also the Aurora between the control station and exit. Fixed an issue where the Pigs add-ons Amanda's Letter, Jigsaw's Sketch, and Jigsaw's a noted plan did not affect the number of RBTs available. Fixed an issue where the Executioner's Obsidian Goblet add-on prevented the Perk Spear Fury to work correctly when using ranged attacks. Fixed an issue where the Blight did not lose tokens when breaking a pallet with 3 or less tokens. Fixed an issue where the nurse was missing her fatigue animation from a survivor point of view. Environment and mats fixed an issue in Freddy Fazbear's where the camera clips inside assets. Fixed an issue in what? Camera clips inside assets. Okay. Anyway. Fix an issue in Midwich Elementary where the hooks are not accessible. Fix an issue with a large stack of cages in the Forgotten Ruins by replacing a collision primitive to fix a gap between cages that was blocking projectiles from being thrown through. If we're going to be fixing gaps between cages and stuff like that, you want to block all that stuff, you got to go through every single map and start blocking in between every single thing. That's another, 6 months worth of fixing. Fixed an issue in the astrology room in the Forgotten Ruins by fixing collisions and repairing a corrupted 3D file to fix a vault point that had extended collision blocking projectiles from being thrown through at an angle. Jesus. Next, you know how the hillbilly, how he turns on his chainsaw and jumps off stuff and can't, just hits an invisible wall and falls down? That's going to be next. You guys ain't going to be able to throw hatchets off the top of the buildings and stuff like that. They're going to have a collision there. Fixed an issue where Phantom Fear could trigger on the survivor despite the killer not being... Oh, that's interesting. About time they fix that. Fixed an issue where Nowhere to Hide was unable to revere survivors in a dying state? Wow. Fixed an issue where Leader remained active after the survivor's sacrifice. Fixed an issue where the Totem Aurora was missing from the survivor's point of view and Hex and No One Escapes Death was active. Wow, that was about time. That actually has been missing for a while now. A while. Miscellaneous tentative fix to address flashing lights in a trial. Alright, so there's a lot still missing. We all know that pallet density is a thing here. It is a big problem, even in 1v4. I still believe that needs reworked again. I don't think that's good at all. I think there's a pallet every turn you take, everywhere you go. Even at playing as a survivor, it's easy. I mean, you got double stacked. I mean, there's pallets on top of pallets. There's pallets beside pallets. There's pallets you can throw rocks to each other. Like, there's so many of them, it's unreal. I think the doubles should be taken out. I don't like that at all. I think that's playing both sides of the field. It just doesn't seem right. There is even one, I think it's the Unknowns. It's a theater one where there's two pallets beside each other, but you literally could walk right around the tree and it's right there. Like, you could just walk right around the tree, but there's a pallet there and you can easily just hit somebody jumping over or putting it down. Very dumb pallet spot. Very dumb. Makes no sense at all. You might as well delete that. It's just dumb, but it's there. So there is a pallet density issue still going on, and no blame the 2v8 and load it up, whatever. Fix your game. Still, speaking of 2v8, out of all these fixes here, I don't see nothing about when you get off the hook and stuff like that, and you got your stuff in your hands. It fixes the bug where it looks like the item is flying in midair. You know how it's like bent upwards, and when you're running around and everything. Yeah, I don't see a fix for that either that's right in here, so I'm gonna guess that's still a thing. There's nothing in here yet about servers. God forbid, you know, the servers still crash every day of the week. We still don't have no fix for servers. And speaking of servers, I'm sure I don't see it all here either. The stuttering when you run around the map and they pull back on you when you're trying to run around. I keep thinking it's the, you know, the lag. it's the lag or something. No, it's the game. The game needs fixed. It has a performance issue that needs fixed. When, like, pulling back on you when you're running. I'm sure you guys have had it whenever you're running across the map and it jars you back in like 2 seconds, like pull, and then you can go. That's a performance issue. It's on everything. It doesn't matter where I go, PC, Xbox. I play on both, so it doesn't matter which one I'm on, it happens. Switch players. They still haven't fixed anything on that. I believe that's the crossplay still cut off on that thing. Is it still cut off? I don't know. If anybody's got Switch, let me know down below. I think the crossplay still cut off. Also, this bug fix is not today for the Switch. It's at a later date. They don't even got a date for you. You know, it's it's whenever they feel like putting it out, I guess. But yeah, I feel like the Switch is left in the dark all the time. And I feel bad for the people who play. Like, there are people out there who just love Nintendo and they just have Nintendo everything. There are people like that in this world. You know, everybody loves a certain system. I feel bad for those people. I really do. Because, like, they get the shit end of the stick. Always. And it's just terrible. Because you would think that they would put the update out with everybody else. But it never happens anymore. And it feels like the Switch 2... I don't even think that... Yeah, they haven't even updated that thing for Switch 2 release, have they? I don't think they have. I don't even think they got a Switch 2 release over there. Jesus. Holy crap. Anyway. Another one I know, like, they put the Legion in, and the Legion still has issues. He still has a bunch of bugs that need worked out. There are over 1,000 bugs in the system right now that need to be fixed, by the way. There's like 100 and some under investigation as we talk right now. Like, this is no news, people. If you go yourselves into the beta hub and you actually look at the problems and everything and check out all the bugs and everything, it literally tells you on the top on the tabs what's all under review, needs more information, all that kind of stuff. There's loads. Loads. And you only have this? There's like 100 and some under investigation. They just now, what was it, the end of last month? The end of last month, I want to say. Are now looking into Myers' slaughtering strike teleportation. I reported that back in Christmas. Literally, and we're just now under investigation. Yeah, that tells you where we're at here. And trying to get your game fixed. And what's more important, money or fixing your game at this point. Go to the store, of course, your free gift. And then we got the new clothes, Wan Tai Young. Is that how you say his name? Wan Tai Young? I'm going to go with that. But that is his new clothes. If you would like to get it, it's all right. Not that bad. Not that bad. From the top is what that's called. One Goal Skull Merchant. Probably the best one, at least two. Let's be honest. Skull Merchant always has some nice clothes, though. Problem is the Skull Merchant needs updates, too. But we're not going to get onto that one. But, yeah. Skull Merchant needs updates as well. I like it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Definitely worth it. Let's go back. Head for the old shrine. Hex the third seal, and you got Zanshin Tactics. Jeez, words. Anyway. When the trial starts, a dull totem ignites when you damage a survivor with a basic or special attack. The game blindness applies up to 4 survivors. Tactics over here within 32 meters. You see the auroras of pallets and windows. Whenever a survivor drops a pallet, you see the aurora for 5 seconds. Obviously, the third seal is the best one out of these two. This one means nothing. This is nothing. Like, I personally think that Perk needs reworked. Like, it's nothing. Whenever a survivor drops a pallet, you see the aurora for 5 seconds. The only time they're going to drop it's in your face. And if you can't see them in that 5 seconds running around circles around you, around the area, they're going to be right in front of you for 5 seconds. Like, you're going to see them. You don't need to see the aurora. Like, oh my. Unless you're blind. Like, I don't see. This one needs reworked. It's just so dumb to me. So, the third seal is definitely where you want to go. Definitely better. Blindness up to 4. Worth it. Obviously, though, if they break it, it's over. Repressed Alliance and Counterforce, these ones are a little bit different here. This is all depending on builds. This is one of those where it could go either way. After repairing a generator for 45 seconds, while repairing a generator alone, use E to block the generator for 30 seconds. In Counterforce, when the trial starts, you earn 1 token. Whenever you cleanse a totem, you earn 1 token. Then you see the aurora of the furthest totem for 14 seconds. For each totem you cleanse, totems 25% faster. This one is good if you're adding it with different things. Different, how do I put this? Different builds, you need tokens. So this one would help you find the tokens faster to break them, to use them. So if you're doing that, you're building up, stake out, other things. If you're building them up and using the tokens for certain things, what else is there? There's so many of them out there that use tokens that you guys can probably fill me in down below. There's so many of them that I just forget the names of them because there's so many of them. But anyway, you use those tokens and you can just slam them all into generators and stuff like that to make them get done a lot faster. That's what the build would be for Counterforce. Repressed Alliance, using this would block a generator from the killer kicking it. So if you're almost done with one and you're the looper, we'll say, I'll just say we're the looper, you could block it with Repressed Alliance and then shine them, you know, blind them, pretty much make them mad. We'll be toxic. We'll just use that word. Just be toxic. And you get him to run away from it, then he's not going to be able to kick it, and he's going to go after you 9 out of 10, and then you don't got to worry about that generator regressing. More than likely, person that's good at running the killer would end up using this kind of perk right here. So, 2 different perks, 2 different builds, 2 different players. It all depends on what exactly you want to do. But that is all. Like, I'm not even joking, people. The 2v8 is still rolling right now. In the quests, you go in here. The Rift has new ones right here as well. Malevolent and Unbroken. Kill 2 survivors, escape 2 trial, sacrifice 10, escape 2 chases. You got your dailies. The 2v8 has new ones as well. Complete 3 2v8 trials, complete 5 trials as brute or guide. destroy 15 pallets, drop 4 pallets while on a chase, sacrifice or kill 15 survivors, and repair a total of 10 generators. And that is it. That's all of it. That's all the new stuff I have for you today. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell, like, all that good jazz, so you know whenever videos that I go live here playing Dead by Daylight in the mornings. You all have a good rest of your day. Soon we're going to see who the anniversary killer is. It's coming up here on the 22nd, I want to say. 22nd of this month. So the new killer, the new 10th anniversary chapters. So many names are thrown out there. So many people want so much stuff. It all depends, you know. Let me know down below what you think it's going to be. I personally hope it's Friday the 13th, but if it isn't, you know, there's so many other ones. There's Art the Clown, there's Pennywise, there's Darth Vader out there. There's a lot of them that people think it could be. Anybody, you know, rather, like I say on my live stream, it doesn't matter who wins, who gets it, you know, who's it going to be. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, people are still going to complain about it. Because it's not their person they wanted. So either way, it's more content. Just be happy. That's the way I look at it. You guys all have a good rest of your day. I am out of here.